Yo, how's everybody doing? It's your boy College Football Weekly here, and just when I think the committee couldn't top what they did last week, they do it again, man. And before I say anything, the SEC bias in this poll is god awful. It is disgusting. It is disgraceful. It is ruining. Like, these people in the committee room, I think I'm done. Like, I'm done with this committee. I'm seriously done with it. Just the amount of just bias towards the SEC that the SEC is beyond. It's beyond the other conferences by so much, and the ACC as well. Okay, I'm just gonna go through the rankings like I did last week, and I didn't think I was gonna have to make a reaction video this week, but believe it or not, here we are. So, Washington at number 25. For the most part, I agree with that. I'm pretty sure I had him at like 23 on my poll. Auburn at 24. That's fine. I agree with that. Fresno State not moving at 23. 22 Iowa State. And then 21 Iowa. I was a little shocked by Iowa. They just lost back-to-back weeks, and then they lost to Purdue. So obviously they think Purdue's a decent team if they want to keep them there. That was kind of questionable for me. But yeah, next up, Mississippi or Penn State at 20. That's what I expected. Texas at 19. Michigan State at 18. That was a shocker to me. That was a big shocker. I didn't think they'd be that high. Boston College at 17, and then Mississippi State at 16. Don't really have any problem with the poll right now. Just the shockers was Iowa and Michigan State. I thought Iowa was going to drop out, which I still think they kind of should. Michigan State being that high, I wasn't expecting that. And then next up, Florida at 15. Florida just got destroyed by Mizzou. At home, were they at home? I forget if they were at home, but they just got destroyed by a unranked, not the greatest conference opponent, right? After getting beat down by Georgia, they go and get beat down by Missouri, even worse. And you keep them in the top 15. No, you just. How is Florida like? You're going to tell me if Texas were to versus Florida right now, or Boston College, or Penn State even, that Florida would come out on top on a neutral site? No. Florida, I know. Florida's a flawed team, man, and they are not a top 15. They are lower tier. They are in the 20s, okay? What'd I have them? What'd I have Florida? I had Florida 22 on my poll. So, like, having them in 15, it angers me, but not nearly as much as the stuff coming up. NC State at 14. What has NC State done? Seriously, what have they done this year? Nothing. Let's take a look at their schedule here while I have it up. All right, NC State. Their two biggest games, right? They lose. Bad, okay? NC State. Wow, they beat Virginia. That doesn't really matter. Boston College. They lose to Clemson and Syracuse. Their two biggest games all year. And it's very convincingly. The Clemson game, they got destroyed. Syracuse was another convincing loss. I mean, that Florida State game was kind of close. And that's a Florida State team that's just given up. Like, that's a terrible Florida State team, even worse than last year. And 14. I don't really get that one. 13 Syracuse. Can't really say nothing about Syracuse. Syracuse, for me, it's a little high. Nothing too crazy, though. At number 12, UCF. Now, this is very split. I think UCF deserves some respect. Okay? They can win night in and night out. And you can't say anything about their offense. Their offense is I take UCF's offense out of anybody I've said so far on the top 25, to be honest. I take their offense over Syracuse, NC State, Florida. I would take their offense. Their defense, on the other hand, it's questionable. But we'll see. They're going to verse some quality opponents. And how is Cincinnati not on the top 25? I just want to bring that up. How is Cincinnati not on the top 25? Or Utah State. Like, Utah State just destroyed Hawaii, right? You put Fresno on, put Utah State. They're in the same conference. Cincinnati just blew out Navy 42-0. It was even worse than what Notre Dame did to Navy. Notre Dame is number 3. Cincinnati's not ranked. Where's Cincy? I'm done with the disrespect with Cincy, man. Cincy's a good team. if you're not a Power 5 conference, too, this committee just thinks you're garbage automatically. I'm seeing it with UCF. No, UCF should be a top 10. I feel like they should be top 10 at least. 10 at the least they should be. And they should be given a chance to, if they win out, depending on the circumstances of the teams, if it's a 2-loss conference champion or a 1-loss, or, I don't know. Like, if it's a 2-loss conference championship, whatever. If it's, it's a weird situation, but UCF should have a chance to get in. I think they don't have any chance to get in. Number 11, Kentucky. I can't. I'm gonna kill myself, bro. Why is Kentucky dropping 2 spots after getting blown out by Georgia? The scoreboard does not show justice. It was 28-3 in the third. Okay? Kentucky didn't have a chance in this game. And you drop them 2. Kentucky's quality win. Florida just lost. Texas A&M isn't that good of a team, and they lost to Texas A&M as well. I'm sorry, but UCF should be ahead of Kentucky. I mean, I don't get it, man. I really don't get how Kentucky's still that high. All right? At number 10, we have Ohio State. Ohio State is fine. I mean, they aren't that good. As of last week, they aren't that good. We can see what they can do. They got Michigan State this week, which is obviously going to be a big game. But, yeah, I don't have a problem with where Ohio State's at. West Virginia, number 9. I think that was deserved. They should have jumped that. Great win against Texas. Washington State at 8, shouldn't really move there. They had a questionable week with Cal. But then you got LSU at 7. You just lost 29-0. When you showed me this, if you showed me the stat sheet, right, and the total yards gained and stuff, I would have thought that game was 30-40 nothing. 40, 35, 38, 40 nothing. Seriously, or 3. They got shut out at home, a top-tier team. And this LSU team, this is what I learned. They are one of those teams, like 2 years ago, Ohio State. That's a great resume, but when it comes to versing those top-tier teams, they can't do it. I mean, Georgia, yeah, they beat Georgia. That's their only good win. Okay? Auburn, they're like ranked 25, 24, I forget already. They're a low-tier team. That win doesn't mean much. I mean, Georgia's their only thing keeping LSU in, and I think LSU should have fell top 10. They don't have any business being in the top 10. And the fact that they're above 3 teams with 1 loss, being above Ohio State, I can understand it. But West Virginia, Washington State, no. SEC bias at its finest yet again by the committee, demonstrating it week in and week out what their priorities are. The SEC, making sure they're probably going to get they're going to find a way to put 2 SEC teams in the playoff this year. At number 6, Oklahoma. They had a shootout. That's fine. Georgia at number 5. I would like to see Oklahoma at 5, but whatever. They're going to jump Georgia because they beat a quality opponent in Kentucky. So, yeah. And then Michigan 4, Notre Dame 3, Clemson 2, Alabama 1. Don't have any problems with the top 4. Top 4, honestly, was the only things I really... The top 6 were the only things I mainly agreed with in this thing. The top 4, I didn't... That was perfect for me. To be honest, I wouldn't have been shocked if Georgia was 4 instead of Michigan. The way I saw the rankings, I'm like, Georgia's going to be 4, and they're not even going to put Michigan in. But, jeezy, man, I bet it was a close decision. But, yeah, these rankings, man, I am just stunned. I really shouldn't be, but, like, I'm just stunned about the SEC bias. And you can say whatever you want, but whatever, man. SEC is just on a pedestal above the other conferences. So, yeah, those are my reactions. Feel free to leave down yours. And, yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.